Reverend, I think on second thoughts, let's just address some of the issues that our callers have raised.
Right.
I realize you were putting a few pointers down, so just go ahead with your thoughts on their submissions.
I think they've shared great ideas. Some of the things we need to look at is that when we talk of leadership, it's leadership. It's more of a plural term. It's not just the one in position, but also it consists of the people. So there must be leadership responsibility and also the citizens' responsibility. The citizens have a role to play in leadership. Basically, what I'm trying to communicate is lead where you are. So you don't need a position first to lead, but wherever you find yourself, you lead. Leadership is not a title, it's not a position, but it's a function. So you can find people in uniform who are in service, commanders who are in uniform, but that doesn't make them a leader. And leaders get things done. So there must be citizens' responsibility and leaders to drive the people. So the bottom line is lead where you are.
So, I mean, 53 years down the line after that speech, should we be proud enough to make Founders Day a holiday in Ghana?
Leaders like to celebrate success. And celebration is one of the most important things that reminds people of where they are coming from, where they are, and where they want to go. And so for me, it is great. But you see, instead of perhaps saying the founder as one individual, Nkrumah, we have the big six. Why wouldn't it be Founders Days? You know, the problem is just with the apostrophe, when
celebrating one person instead of...
It must be the founders, the big six that contributed to the development of our country. You know, when we do that, we are also making the attempt in unifying the nation, because our country is too polarized between these two political ideologies. It must take a leader with a vision to unite Mother Ghana.
Indeed. When Jane called us from La, Jane felt that independence was premature. What's your reaction to that?
I think Donald Trump today is saying that Africa needs to be recolonized. You know, but even though we may not agree with him with all the things he's been saying around, he's just waking us up. He's telling us there must be something wrong. There's something wrong with the continent.
Well, he should deal with his own problems.
Look at Sudan. Sudan has engulfed in war since independence for many years. Fortunately, United Nations decided there should be North Sudan and Southern Sudan. Now that the countries have been splitted and been divided, South Sudan still doesn't know peace. They are still in war. There must be something wrong with the political leaders, the way they are running our country. We need a new generation of leaders who will think about the nation and will have the leadership skills to move people. Leaders solve problems. They get things done. They don't complain. They don't explain things. They don't attribute the problem to people, but they fix it. Because the job of a leader is to move people from the life they have to the life they should have. And that must be the responsibility of leaders.
Another caller asked what you have to say to those who boycotted the 40-year development plan consultative level.
Well, I think we need to do a lot of more dialogue and not more conversation. Our job is to communicate with the people. What I will advise the president is get the buy-in of everybody. Bring all the political parties together. Let them know it's about Ghana, and Ghana is bigger than any political party. And then once you get them to understand, it's not about your vision, but it's about everybody's vision. That, for me, will bring the people together.
Another caller was asking how to correct the leadership deficit through education. So my question is, how do we breed a new crop of leaders?
We must start from the JHS level. We must start teaching responsibility, patriotism, national development, and leadership principles right from JHS through the secondary schools, but more importantly in our universities. You see, because the people who leave universities, they go into politics, some of them, and they run the affairs of our nation. So if they are not well prepared and well equipped in leadership principles, believe you me, they have nothing but to offer. We need to understand, leadership, as I said, is not a position. It is just like me giving you an i7 iCore PC. You know, the PC is great, wonderful PC, but it's just a hardware. The PC cannot function effectively without software. It is the software that you will install that enhances the use of the PC. Leadership is not a position. The position you have as a political party or a president or a minister or in government or a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer is just a position. And that is the hardware, like the PC. You need the software to enhance your computer and enjoy and maximize the use of your PC. That software is the leadership skills that a lawyer will bring to bear, a doctor brings to bear, an engineer brings to bear, a politician brings to bear to run this constituency or the community. So that is what is missing. We have too many people occupying positions without the leadership skills. Unfortunately, my studies and as a leadership expert can confirm, most of our politicians are not leaders, unfortunately. They hold positions, but they are not leaders.
Indeed, generally, I think most of us are not leaders.
Yes.
We do not lead in our various,
Exactly.
positions we have, or wherever we find ourselves, we do not lead, and it translates to the political level.
Exactly, because we've come from the society. Okay, so because leaders solve problems, they get things done, they don't complain. As a matter of fact, leaders are always excited about problems. The more problems they get, the better they become in leadership. The more problems they see, the better they are in leading the people. And if we don't find a problem to solve, and we will always explain the problems at our workplaces, then we are seriously not leading.
Where can people find copies of your book?
The book can be found in most of the book leading bookshops like Challenge, the Share Filling Stations, EPP Books, and then we are beginning to put it on Amazon.com where people can get the e-version.
Online,
Yeah.
okay. So what's the title again?
Is Vision the Fuel that drives leaders?
Is vision
The fuel that drives leaders.
So you find it in any bookshop near you. Challenge, he's mentioned a number of them. Bishop Samuel Mensah is the author of Is Vision,
Vision, the fuel
that drives leaders. He's president of Full Gospel Church International. He's also a leadership development consultant. And if he wants me to read something, he says, when society or a group is under the leadership of an individual who has no vision, the result is lawlessness, disorder, indiscipline, directionless, purposeless, and lack of cohesion and a state of confusion. The question I want you to ask yourself is, are you a leader right now? Are you experiencing any of these things wherever you are, and attempt to make a change? In the meantime, go onto our Twitter handle, should Founders Day remain a holiday, and vote in the polls at star 103.5 FM. Thank you very much, Bishop, for your time here. I'll be right back.